Hi, I'm Paige, and I did an internship with the Rodham Institute in Public Health in Washington, D.C. this summer, and I go to Laurel Springs Online School, but I'm from Montrose. The first week of my internship, I didn't do a ton, but the first day I met with Tracy, my mentor, at the MedStar Health Center, which is where Gigi, the head of the Rodham Institute, works. So we met with Gigi, and we got lunch. We just talked about what my internship might be. And then that weekend, I worked with Colgate at it was like a barbecue bake-off kind of fair in DC. So we got some younger kids to go in and get their dental hygiene checked up on that weekend. And then the next week, this was my favorite thing, the whole entire internship that I did, is that I got to go to a homeless men's shelter, set up a table, and help take their blood pressure to see if they needed to go to the hospital right away, which we did have one man who did have about 186, which if you know what blood pressure is, that means he was probably about to have a seizure and he wouldn't go. So that was pretty interesting to do. The third and fourth week of my internship, well, the third week was the 4th of July, so did nothing in person. But I did get to make a lesson plan for a camp that the Rodham Institute does for kids, and they just teach them about public health and how they can eat better and have a healthier lifestyle. And then the fourth week, probably my most robust week, it wasn't exactly science, but I got to intern with Senator Paul Strauss at his law office, and that was really cool. I got to watch him do some TV interviews, and I got to do some paperwork and work on some cases. And that is the NPR building that I passed when I was walking to one of the buildings to go help out Senator Paul Strauss. The last few weeks of my internship, I went to New York City. This was all thanks to Sarah, because she heard that I wasn't doing too much. She invited me up to New York City where she was, and she let me stay with her. And one of the people I got to meet with was Ambreen Molitor, the head of product innovation at Planned Parenthood, and she just told me basically what they do. She manages their website, and she comes up with like cool products, and she does a bunch of stuff with like computer science. And then I also got to meet with 2 attorneys. Only one of them is pictured because I couldn't find the other person's photo. But I met with these 2 women first who were criminal defense attorneys. They just told me what they do, and it was really cool. They were like Barbie. And then I got to meet with her friend, Colby Williams, and I got to watch some of his cases on Friday night before I left. And then, because I didn't do much, I did have a lot of time to do stuff outside. And one of the things I really wanted to do before I went was the women's right protest that was right outside the Supreme Court. That was like probably the best thing I did outside of the internship the whole time. I just got to be with a bunch of women who were just so passionate about things that I'm also passionate about. A thing I made a habit of is that I went to this sushi restaurant. It was actually very well priced, and they had the best food, and I'd buy a book at a nearby bookstore and just read there and eat, which was really fun. I made some college visits. One of them was the University of Maryland College Park, which is a school I applied to, and it was really good to go visit it and just see what life would be like if I went there. And the most notable is that when I was in New York, I met Eddie Redmayne at the stage door after I saw Cabaret in New York City, which was so cool. And I danced on the stage. Yeah, they called up some people from the audience, and I was one of them, and that was probably the highlight of my year. And then some things I learned. I love public transportation. The metro is my favorite way of getting around, super efficient. You're not in the heat of 110 degrees in DC. Every part of DC is different, so anytime I'd make a metro stop and come out, I feel like I'm in a totally different city. How a TV interview over computer works. Like I said, I watched Senator Paul Strauss do a few of those. And then what blood pressure numbers mean, because I had to make sure that someone wasn't about to have a stroke. And then thank you to all of those people.